Damn. DOJ exposes 50 million homeless fund fraud in California. Wow. Motherfucker got their hands caught in the cookie jar, y'all. Let's break some news.
$50 million in fraud exposed, and it said that's just the tip of the iceberg.
In two separate cases, the Justice Department charging real estate developers in Los Angeles, accusing them of squandering taxpayer money meant to help the homeless.
In one case, the culprit, already facing a lawsuit last year from his former employer for embezzlement, was accused of buying lavish gifts for his then-girlfriend, a $46,000 per month rental home in Beverly Hills, $111,000 on a diamond necklace. There was an Hermes Himalayan crocodile Birkin bag, $53,000 spent at Coachella, a $35,000 Piaget watch, and $12,000 to the Department of Education to pay off a student loan. Joining us now, U.S. Attorney for the Central District of California, Bill Asaley. Bill, amazing story. There were two individuals defrauding a program for the homeless that is kind of one of Gavin Newsom's babies. How big of a crime is this, and how far-reaching is it?
This, like I said, is the tip of the iceberg. California has spent $24 billion over the last 5 years, allegedly, to solve homelessness. And before President Trump appointed me to be the U.S. attorney here, I was in the state legislature, and we were clamoring, where is this money going? Who's getting it? Because homelessness has gotten worse, not better. So the first thing I did upon being sworn in was setting up a task force with the FBI and the IRS to look at the money. A reporter asked me, how does $24 billion go missing? I said, it doesn't, and we're going to find it. And we wanted to release these cases yesterday to show the public that we mean business. And again, this is the very beginning, and we have many more investigations. We have over a dozen investigations that are deep in the process right now as we speak.
Bill, I'm wondering why this didn't come to light earlier. And we've obviously been watching this strange experiment in California for years, where they have an enormous growing homeless population, and they also spend enormous sums of money allegedly to reduce the homeless population. There was maybe an assumption that this was all inefficiency, misguided policy, empty virtue signaling, bad policy choices. But how much of it do you think might be just old-fashioned graft, theft, fraud?
Well, I think a lot of it is going to turn out to be fraud. But what's, I think, offensive to a lot of taxpayers is the lack of interest or curiosity from state officials or local officials to have any accountability. They're just handing this money out with no questions asked. And a lot of us have a lot of questions on why they have no interest in supervising this money. And so a lot of these are given out to people who are politically connected. And this is the problem when you have a state that has a supermajority party that runs everything from the state down to the local level. There are no checks and balances, and there's no one there to call for accountability. So thank God President Trump won, and now we have a new check in the state of California, and it's the federal government. The state doesn't like it, but we're here, and we're going to do our job.
Okay. Bill, thanks. We're going to have to leave it there.
Please come back.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with this story, and fraud and crime fighters like you and all the people working in the Department of Justice. Good on you. Good on you for busting this up and making these criminals pay. We'll be